Hey there, Regina Antler here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. This week, our theme is about simplifying your business. Are you feeling stressed out, overwhelmed? Have you used the word struggle in the past week, past day, past hour? If you have, then I'm here to tell you you're overcomplicating things. Yes, business has its challenges. But a challenge is basically just something that you don't know how to fix yet. A problem is something you don't know how to fix yet. I am a problem solver. It's what I do best is solve problems and come up with ideas. I love problems. I love struggles. Why? Because I know it's something that I have to learn. The thing is that when these things start coming at you, you start building them up, and that's when you get burnt out. That's when you're like, why am I even running this business? What was I thinking? You know what? I'm going to go, get a job slinging fries someplace because this is just not working for me anymore. If you've ever had that thought in your head, chances are pretty good that you're overcomplicating things. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't a bunch of stuff. I'm saying that there's a way to make the process and the journey easier. And I'm going to give you some tips today on just how to do that. Now, first and foremost, everyone that I'm talking to lately, when AI is mentioned, I instantly get oh my God, there's so many tools. Yes, there are. There's a ton of them. But AI, other tools that you need for your business, all of this stuff that's out there, simplify it. You do not need every tool. You do not need the latest and greatest. You don't need the latest and greatest iPhone. Trust me, you really don't. Wait for a couple versions to come out, then go get the older one. It's cheaper too. And it's vetted out. All the bugs are gone, all the problems are gone. So it's actually easier to use. When you think about all these tools, what do you really need for your business? It's going to be different for different people depending on what you do. So you might need a CRM, that customer relationship management program, that one that sends out the emails, and maybe it has something in it that allows you to create landing pages and all that kind of stuff. That's a key tool that you need for your business. One key AI content creation tool. ChatGPT works perfectly well for that. There's other ones. I have a tool called Reven that incorporates a whole bunch of tools that I've been sharing codes with. If you want a code, hit me up in the comments below. I'll get you a code. And it's a new program that is basically a combo of a whole bunch of ones. So you need one tool to take care of all of your AI stuff. Look around and see what you're using and simplify the tools that you have. If you have subscribed to more than 5 things in the past year, you might want to stop and start making a list and see which ones are you actually using and which ones are you paying for that you don't actually need. So the second tip is to create a checklist of the things that you repeat every week. Now, it's not just to create a checklist so you have the checklist for next week. It's creating the checklist so you can create a system. And once you create that system, if it's a bunch of stuff that is not really what you should be spending your time on, guess what? Now you've got the checklist, you've got your system. Now you can outsource it to a VA. Nice and simple. Again. So checklists for anything that you need to repeat week after week after week. That's the kind of stuff that can be delegated out. When it comes to your offers and those things that you sell, keep it simple. You don't need to keep creating new programs. If you're a coach or a consultant and every year you're creating a new program, stop. You could have one lower end program that is actually kind of like gets people to know who you are and how you work and that kind of thing. Maybe it's a do-it-yourself program. For me, it's my Stand Out, Get Clients program. And then one high ticket program. For me, it's my 12-month Ascent program. And that's all you need. You don't need a whole suite of offers out there, and you don't need to keep changing them up. Sure, you might update them as things change, but you don't need to keep changing things because, keep it simple and it makes it so people actually really understand who you are and what you do. So less confusion for your audience as well. Now, there's a tip that came up to recommend that it says, give each day a theme so you always know what to work on. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of it this way, however you might be. So what it is meant to do is, if today's email day, today's content creation day, today's work with clients day, today's catch up on all of your other stuff day, whatever it is, it's give each day a theme to keep it simple so you're not bouncing back and forth. For me personally, I have focus blocks, and each focus block has its own theme during the day. So during the day, I might have 3 things going on, but they're all in their respective focus blocks. So I'm only working on the one thing at the one time. So figure out what works best for you and simplify what you're doing. It's basically creating a routine so that you're not bouncing all over the place. Now, the next one is to save messages that you get that you really like. You ever get an email and you're like, wow, that was a really well-written email? Create a swipe file. A swipe file is basically a folder where you store all of those emails and you can go back and model them. If you do that, you can take an email that you say, oh, I actually, Amy Porterfield, she's really great with emails. I mean, she's the email queen. That's what she does, right? And, I get emails from her all the time. So then you can take her email and say, I am looking to create an email. Please do it in the style of this person and give them the example in ChatGPT. And now you're modeling that style, but with your words. So create that swipe file, and then it will help you create better content going out without having to overthink things, right? Now, if you have a lot of admin stuff to do, maybe it's part of it's going through your email, whatever, you might want to create an admin day or an admin block, maybe a 4-hour admin block where once a week you just knock out all the admin stuff. Again, make it simple. Don't try to mix it in here and there all throughout your day. That's when you start getting confused. That's when the struggle starts, because it's like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. If you have it blocked out, all of a sudden it's just a task that needs to get done. It's not hard, it's just something that has to get done. And if it's a task that you don't like doing, document it, systematize it, and outsource it. So if you do that, it actually helps you save some time. And review what you're doing monthly. Look back every month and say, okay, where did I spend my time? Did you find yourself spending a bunch of time on things that didn't really move the needle forward for your business? If so, the things you want to outsource. So now you might want to go, okay, all of this stuff, just going through my email was a pain. I'm going to have somebody manage my email box. Creating content for social media. I don't really have time to do that. I'm going to hire a social media marketing manager to go take care of that for me. You can decide what you want to keep and what you want to do. The stuff you want to keep, you put into focus blocks. I mentioned focus blocks a couple times now. The focus blocks is literally one topic, one thing, focused for a set amount of time. So whether that's 20 minutes, a half hour, an hour, whatever it is, depending on what the task is, you give yourself that time, and that is all you do. If your phone dings, if the email dings, if anything comes up, that's too bad. You're focused. Focus on your focus time on that one thing and just get it done. So block time out for those admin tasks and everything else that you need to do. And then review that workflow. Keep your content organized. That's the next one. I see a lot of people and I ask them, okay, well, you're posting this, you're posting that, you're posting this. Do you have one place where you're keeping all of this information together? Do you have it organized? For me personally, I use a PC and I have a folder on my desktop called Automation Consulting. Go figure. Under that folder, there is a marketing folder. There's a programs folder. There's different folders for different things. and everything is very neatly organized underneath it so that when I go back to look for something, maybe I want to go repurpose something, it is so easy for me to find. And if I can't figure out where it was, all I have to do is open that folder and do a search and find what I'm looking for. Easy peasy, right? So keep things organized. Keep your content organized to make it easier for you instead of spending hours trying to figure out, where did I put that blog? I can't remember where I saved it. Now I want to repurpose it. You can find things nice and easy. Last but not least, track one metric and one metric only. When we talk about tracking metrics, people get a little overwhelmed. What are metrics? Those are those things that tell you, how's my content performing? Facebook has them, LinkedIn has them. You can go out to YouTube, you can go out to all the platforms, and it will tell you, your CRM, your customer relationship management program will tell you how many emails have been opened, how many have been blocked, how many have been unsubscribed, all this stuff. Pick a metric and pick a metric per platform. So if you have a social media metric, you maybe have an email, a CRM metric, but don't overcomplicate it. All of them have multiple metrics to look at. Look at the one that actually moves the needle forward for your business. Focus on that and work on moving that needle up as you go along. So that is a bunch of tips. Hopefully, you can take one of those from there and implement it into your business this week to make things a little easier for you this coming week. And if you do that, comment below which tip you implemented and what it did for you. Or maybe you have something else and you're like, I have no idea how to simplify this. This is what I have to do every single week. I have no idea how to do this easier. It just is what it is for me. Put it in below. Let us help you out. Happy to help you try to simplify your business, because that's what it's all about. Business should be fun. It shouldn't feel like you just created a new job for yourself. You may have left a corporate job or some other job where you working 9 to 5 or whatever the hours were, and getting that steady paycheck, and then you started a business and you're going, oh my gosh, I should just go back and get a job again, because not only do I work more hours, but I'm working so much harder, and it's so much more confusing and overwhelming. If that's the case, that's because you're overcomplicating things. Learn to simplify. Whatever simplification means for your specific business. It is unique to you and what you're doing, and how you simplify is also unique to you. What works for me won't necessarily work for you. It might not. That's okay. Do it the way that makes it easy for you so that you can keep moving your needle forward for your business. That's what I've got for you this week. We'll see you next week on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.